I'm just outside I am at the dark forest, the black forest, the dark forest or the black forest. Hello everybody. Today I'm just outside Bad Herrenalb, which means I'm at the Black Forest. And today I'm gonna do a very nice trail, or it's supposed to be a nice trail because I've never done it before. And it's a 10-mile trail, longish, so I get to go on a round trail that goes all the way up to a point where they do parasailing. So that's supposed to have a very nice view of the Black Forest. Let's go check it out. I am alone today, which is not as fun as going with my wife and Valentina, but it means I also get to go on my own speed, which I totally recommend to do every now and then. So enough of talking, let's check this out. All right, so before we start, I actually use an app called AllTrails, and I would like to share a little bit about this with you. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I think it's a pretty nice app because it not only tells me, of course, all the trails and the terrain and everything, it also allows you to make sure you put an emergency contact in there, and they have something called the Lifeline, which means they are going to send notifications every now and then to that contact person that you have to make sure, well, that someone is at least tracking you. And that's very important when you are going to the forest or hiking or doing anything by yourself, which I'm doing like that today, right? So yeah, check that app out. I'm gonna start this and let's take a look at this trail. This place is just gorgeous. Wow. While I'm going up the trail, let me tell you a little bit more about the Black Forest. So Black Forest, or in German Schwarzwald, is this large forested mountain range in the state of Baden-Wurttemberg in Germany, in the southwestern part of Germany. And you can imagine this forest as this big rectangle that measures around 160 kilometers by 60 kilometers. On the west of the forest is the Rhine River and the border with France, and in the south are the Alps and the border with Switzerland. The name Black Forest comes from the dark color of the trees, which are mostly pine trees that are very common in the region. And the highest peak of the Black Forest is the Feldberg, with an elevation of almost 1500 meters. So you can see that you don't find very high peaks in the Black Forest, but still some pretty good mountains that you can explore in there. It is actually the highest German mountain outside of the Alps in Germany, so I mean it's not too bad. There are also very famous cities that are located in there or around the forest, and one of them is Baden-Baden, which is very, very famous for its spas and its hot springs. So it's basically a city where you go to relax and yeah, just take your time and just chill out. Maybe after hiking a lot in the forest, you should probably spend a couple of days in Baden-Baden. Now let's just pause for a moment and take in the beautiful view from the top of the Teufelsmühle, which was the place that I just got right now in the video, and it was just beautiful from up there. All right, so it was around 1 hour and 5 minutes to get here, and we are, I think, in the first overlook. I think there's going to be another one, which is actually the Teufelsmühle, which is where the people actually go, paragliding, whatever you call it. This one was actually very, very beautiful already, and there is a little restaurant in here and a guest house in there. So yeah, I guess there is even some infrastructure if you want to come by car and avoid the walking and everything. So definitely recommend it. It's just beautiful out there. I think there's another one over here, but it's clearly closed, so I will not trespass. But I'm guessing there's like a different perspective or a different side of the forest that you can see in that way. And yeah, now let's go back to our original trail. Up. Hit record again, and we're back on track. So yeah, as you can see, 1 hour and 7 minutes, and we're not very far away from next overlook. So let's check it out. Hohen Gasthaus Teufelsmühle. I think that Hohen's like high. So yeah, probably because it's sitting on top of the mountain. And Teufelsmühle is just the name of the thing. I think it means devil's something, devil's mill, maybe. Kind of weird, but you know, who knows. And I think we are now on the right path. Just listen to that. I mean, I'm just in love with this place. All right, so apparently that was it. I thought there was actually another overlook somewhere over here, but you know, in the map it's just kind of where they call the summit, maybe, or the highest point of the mountain, and that's what they call the Teufelsmühle. So yeah, anyway, that was nice, and it's time to head back. As I mentioned before, this is actually a round trail, so we're going back through, we're going back through the other side, so it's kind of yeah, of course, around. And let's see how that goes. I mean, it was pretty nice coming up here, as you could see, a couple of overlooks before the actual summit, with the guest house and everything. But now let's see what the way back holds for us. And I mean, this trail over here is just amazing. Okay, so I didn't come in trail runners for no reason, right? Let's get some speed. Let's get some speed. As I run down the mountain, let me get back to giving you some more information about the Schwarzwald, or the Black Forest. So besides Baden-Baden, you also have Freiburg, which is a very famous city, but overall, all the little villages that you have in the forest, they are all very picturesque, and you know, they're all pretty with their little churches and buildings that are like hundreds of years old. And you see a different side of Germany. You know, it's an older side of Germany, a more traditional one, where you can see a little bit of the old architecture as well. Another very interesting thing to do in the Black Forest is to visit one of the several lakes that are in there. And the most famous one, I would say, it's the Titisee. As you can see in here, it's beautiful, it's pretty big, but it's actually not even the biggest one. The biggest one, I believe, it's the Schluchsee. And I mean, it's big enough that people go sailing in there, of course swimming, and overall around the lake it's usually very beautiful. You can see the forest and the hills around the lake, so it's pretty nice as well. Gotta warn you that the Titisee gets pretty crowded, especially on the high season, so yeah, be aware of that before you plan your whole trip around that lake specifically. There's plenty to do in the Black Forest besides that. Hey, hello. So this actually looks pretty awesome for mountain biking as well. I mean, not all sections of the trail, but I can definitely see some areas where you could just have a lot of fun mountain biking too. You know, I mean, you can probably climb up in these easier sections, and then yeah, just go down on those nice rocky trails that we've just been through. It's pretty cool. And look at that view. This is the Black Forest. So it's like I really want to go down this path over here running, because it kind of looks like fun, but at the same time I just want to take in those views. So it's a pretty hard dilemma, right? I don't know. I think I'll just enjoy the view a little bit more and then do some running. Oof. Okay, let's put these trail runners to work. And another interesting fact about the forest is the wood carving, which is a very traditional industry in the region that gave birth to the cuckoo clocks, which are very, very popular in there. There are several cities in the Black Forest that you can find these cuckoo clocks. They're very artistic. You have some examples that are just huge with all these tiny details and complications in the clock. And it's very nice just to go in these stores and just kind of walk around them. I should probably do another video of these little cities with these shops because they're really, really amazing. We've been there once before in a little city called Treiberg. The whole village is like one street, and they managed to have like, I don't know, 10 different cuckoo clock stores. So I mean, there's all kinds of cuckoo clocks that you can find in there. Some of them are really, a work of art. So it's very interesting to check that out. Finally, another interesting thing that you actually notice when you go to supermarkets and stores here in this region overall is that a lot of liquor and beer actually comes from that region, from the Schwarzwald. And for me, that was, very interesting and not something that's very obvious. Because, I mean, you're talking about a forest, right? But apparently it's one of the highest densities of spirit distilleries in the world. So it's kind of amazing and kind of curious as well. Anyway, you can find good gin coming from that region as well as beer. That's basically what I have tried from there. Maybe there is some other good stuff too. All right, so I'm now back in the car. It was a great hike. I mean, I just loved it. The overlook was amazing in the Telfels Mule, even though I thought it was another one after that first one. Well, there wasn't. I mean, that's the thing. But I mean, it was lovely. It was lovely on the way up and on the way down. You have several places where you can stop just to grab a bite or something and really take in the beautiful views from the trail. So that was pretty nice. It's pretty well marked. You don't need to worry that much. I definitely advise you to use an app to follow the trail because there are several places where, there are some different side trails and so on. Even though, again, it's well marked, you can get a little bit lost. So make sure you use an app for that. And that's it. It was a little bit faster than I was expecting. Actually, I was expecting something a little bit longer, but still was very nice. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more of the Black Forest here in the Palatinate, which is not very far away. As I mentioned, just around 1 hour from where we live, close to Mannheim. So if you liked the video, smash that like button. If you really loved it, consider subscribing to the channel so YouTube can send you all those notifications about when new videos come up. That's it for today. I'm Bernardo Marandino, and I will see you here next time. Ciao!